This is a great time to remind all of us to be aware of our overall sleep health. Dr. Breus, this morning's sleep doctor, here to give some advice on how being tired combined with stress and fatigue can really be a dangerous combination. Dangerous for holiday travelers. Welcome to the show. I know it's probably dangerous for you driving in at this hour, not used to waking up so early.
Well, the good news was there wasn't too much traffic, so I made it out here just safely.
But it's important, especially over the holidays, to get enough sleep, because what can happen?
Well, there are a lot of different things that can happen with sleep deprivation. Everything from slow cognition or slow thinking to really slow reaction time. So people need to be very careful when not only making decisions, but operating heavy machinery such as cars or things at work.
But you say even in the kitchen.
Oh, for sure. One of the things that we see is that people aren't moving as quickly, and if they're cutting that holiday turkey or ham, they need to be careful of their fingers.
Isn't that interesting? And if you're making impulsive decisions, it could happen when you're shopping, say at a big electronics store, that you're so tired that what happens?
Well, I've actually seen this occur, fortunately not personally, but what I have seen is people who aren't thinking as clearly as they might have been walk in and maybe make a more impulsive decision than they could have, not necessarily checking their bank accounts, and although they may have something big under the Christmas tree, they may be paying for it quite a bit later.
Those are some side effects you just don't typically equate with lack of sleep here at the holidays. It's important, especially if you've got some critical relationships. I know as women, we were talking about energy vampires, but if you're dealing with some difficult relatives, you may need to get an extra night's sleep there, right? Be very careful. But of course, hitting the roads, you say here, there's some statistics we want to show here. 6 in 10 adults have driven drowsy, so many at risk, 118 million, and that 8 million have crashed or nearly crashed while driving. So how can you tell that you are sleep deprived?
Well, there are a couple of different things that are hallmark signs of sleep deprivation. First of all, you're going to feel that your eyelids are getting heavy. You will really feel an overall sense of lack of energy. This often can come on in waves, or it can be a sort of a slow buildup that you may not even recognize at first. People have a tendency to blink a little bit more, and again, people will move a little bit slower, and they won't think nearly as clearly.
So if you're in the car and say your hubby decides to drive, ladies, and you see your husband yawning a whole lot or drifting from the lane, make him get out, take the wheel, or even just pull over and take a nap? You recommend
Absolutely.
that?
It just depends upon your situation. If you're going for a long drive, let's say to visit relatives or family members, it's going to be best to switch off probably every half hour to hour. It'll be good to get up and sort of let the blood move around while walking from different sides to the car. But I would not recommend pulling over to the side of the road, but rather going to a rest stop, because we do see a large number of accidents occur with people walking along the side of the road.
Doctor, thank you so very much. Just something to be aware of this holiday season. Dr. Michael Breus, appreciate your time this morning.